Now we're live! Aaron Kennedy. The general craziness of it, the impact on your life.
We have gone through so many stories and we said, you know what? This should not be kept to the two of us.
Hi.
It is Tuesday. Megan?
Yeah. I was just ordering something off Amazon.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I did. Yeah. We were talking about costumes too. Maya's going to be a rhythmic gymnast. So.
I love it. Lana's going to be a football player with her friend.
Of course she is.
I mean, like, I was like, that's not hard. Cool. Usually she ends up having like these ideas of something else that she wants to be. And then she ends up just being like a mountain climber because it's 20 degrees and snowing. And so she just puts a coat on. And, oh my God, you're in Minnesota. It's going to be really cold.
I know, Megan, I know. We're not there yet. She's going to be a rhythmic gymnast under her snowsuit, I think.
All right. I don't know what Willow and Leo are going to be yet. I have heard nothing from them on it. They're going to have an idea at some point.
So we're pretending like this is a private phone call, but actually, Megan, we are live now.
I mean, but whatever. Let's just keep talking. People don't care.
Hi to everybody. We are on our Facebooks too, which is nice. We just want to kindly remind everybody that we are doing our thing on YouTube now. Please like and subscribe over there. Broken News with Aaron and Megan. But we have so much good stuff, Megan, that we've worked on and are working on. So we wanted to go live today just to kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know, Megan, why don't you do a quick tease on what's coming up on Friday?
Okay. So there was some like serious drama. I don't mean a little bit of drama. I mean like, oh my God, drama. Eating my hair. At KTLA, which is the station in Los Angeles. I think you can tell from the call letters, KTLA. Anyway, where a very popular woman chose to leave. There was some serious drama, like live on the air with her co-anchor, and now he's not working there, and it's a whole story, but it also kind of speaks to what happens quietly and in the dark of night most of the time at every TV station across the country. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about kind of like our experiences with similar things and just talk about that a bit, but it's crazy. Like,
Well, yeah. And what I thought was interesting, which is that they said, well, you can do a taped goodbye. And she said, nuh-uh.
Yeah, no, I want to do a taped goodbye. Because that feels, I never felt as good on tape if I had to pre-record something as I did doing it live.
Welcome to weather, man.
Yeah, there's just something about the immediacy of it. And like, in fact, my favorite thing used to be like, oh my God, we don't have time to show you this graphic. I'm like, just do it live. Like, I was so excited about that. Like, let's see if I can rise to the challenge. Like, it was so fun for me. And I do love that. I don't know what about me, what says that. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but I loved that part.
Yeah, no, always little things when there was a monkey wrench thrown into your routine. I think this is probably just being a news person. Like if the prompter went down, I would be like, ooh, a fun challenge today.
Yeah.
As opposed to being stressed about it, it was just like, all right, this is, something else.
I know. I think that's it. It's like, okay, it's the same every day. You read the words, you have your graphics behind you, but like, oh my God, it was so much fun if like the camera would start going that way and you're like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. Like I loved that. You remember when that happened?
Yeah.
That was fun. Like that kind of thing. Yeah.
So we also just reached out to a friend of ours who actually read with us in Chicago as part of his audition. So when somebody comes to interview at a station, you actually walk through like a newscast. Usually it was a newscast that morning. Obviously it's not broadcast anywhere, but you sit down and do it to check how do they read? What do they sound like? Do they have good chemistry and rapport with everybody else? So he was a main anchor in Detroit.
I felt like we had really good rapport with him. I really, really liked him. Proof in the pudding. We're still like texting with him.
No, absolutely.
Which like after meeting him once. So good guy, great guy. Yeah.
There's a couple people who I read with who I really liked and still have their number.
Isn't that funny?
But yeah. So his name's Everett, and he was coming from Detroit, and he has some big news to share that we will not spill the beans, but He will be with us soon. And then I'm also speaking with a local woman here in Minnesota who was just featured in the Star Tribune, the local paper, because she is an African American reporter who was one of 2 reporters allowed inside the Derek Chauvin trial after George Floyd Derek Chauvin was the one who kneeled on his neck. And she had been looking for new TV jobs in the local market. And basically, she wrote on LinkedIn that they said, "Oh, we'd love to hire you, but you really need to tone it down. No more, adding your opinion on social media. You can't be calling out Minneapolis police." And so she is starting her own news show, and outside of the regular ABC, CBS, NBC kind of thing. So I can't wait to talk to her. Georgia Fort is her name. We have lots of good things just coming up.
She's disrupting the norm. And doing something that she feels is necessary in the world that needs to exist. And I have a lot of respect for that, because
we were like, we're done with this crazy business. She's like, I'm going to fix it.
Yeah, she's going to fix it.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, but I think there are a lot of, and I hate that word because it sounds negative. The connotation feels negative for some reason, but it shouldn't be. It should be nothing but positive. There are a lot of like disruptors, I think, out there right now, like just people who are doing the news in different ways. And I think it's really cool when they catch, their momentum and people start following and listening. And
right. They have to, because the news model in and of itself is broken.
I would agree. We've thought that for a while. We thought that even when we were still in the business.
Yeah, well, we knew it. Yeah. We have comments now. People, hello, thank you for watching. But Fred wants to know, we'll answer this many times for you, Fred, and anybody else. Will you ever go back? Maybe a different station. Megan.
So I had offers to go back, multiple offers to go back. I just couldn't make myself do it because I just wanted to be with my kids. I wanted to sleep. I wanted to, like, all those things. It's not that I didn't love TV, because I did. I loved a lot of things about it. Just like we were talking earlier, like when the camera would go crazy, or when you could ad lib with someone or other. The only time I miss being on TV, Erin, is right now with that hurricane barreling towards Florida. Tropical weather was my favorite. So I miss, but then I take a step back and I go, oh my God, that would be 12 on, 12 off. I'd be worried about my family. I'd be driving through the night in a hurricane. So like, okay, now I'm just going to look at it on my phone and look at the models myself, like that kind of thing. I just take a step back from it, but that's the only thing. Did you like the gig at the Weather Channel? Oh, I never worked at the Weather Channel.
Maybe they made CBS This Morning.
Yes, I liked that a lot. That was a place where I was like, wow, this is like real TV. That felt like real TV. Does that make any sense? And I hate to say that, but like, it wasn't the same every day. Everyone there was the absolute best at their job that there could possibly be. So it made you work and operate at a level that was higher than normal. And it felt good. That felt good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. But anyway, so wait a second. What is Elliot being for Halloween?
Oh my goodness, he told me. I'm going to get the name wrong. Zuko from Avatar.
Avatar? Isn't that like an old movie?
No, it's a new show. It's from, and I want to say it's from Japan or something. It's an anime movie.
Oh,
not movie, series. It's on Netflix and on Paramount.
What does this thing look like? Are you going to be able to make this costume? Can you buy this costume? What's happening?
Matt is always into making costumes. I am not. So,
oh my God.
I always encourage them to do something they have.
Like, if I have to go to Joann Fabrics, I'd probably break into hives. So I'm with you on that. I can't do it.
My kids are into crafting though.
Okay, what are you going to do with Conrad?
Oh, what's he want to be? Oh, he's going to be Yoda for the 3rd year in a row.
Baby Yoda. Was a Viking 3 times.
Yeah.
Or maybe 4. No, 4 at least, I think.
Yeah.
He also just looks like a little small Viking child, so it worked.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
So I think, we wanted to just do a quickie hello and remind everybody, because we do recognize that we have many friends and a great community on our Facebook pages. And we know that, of course things come up, but we really are enjoying these conversations that we're having on YouTube. And so we would just want to encourage people to come and visit us over there.
Yeah, because it's like we can get a little more in depth. And we're doing some cool interviews and stuff of like some people that, if you missed these episodes, some people that used to work in the TV market, even in Chicago or, Miami, LA, all these people that we have talked to already or that we will be talking to often and soon. And that's what I'm excited about because you guys are investing, those of you who are watching TV news are investing your time and energy in the people that are delivering the news, I think. And yes, you want the news, but you want it from the people that you like. And so when they're gone, sometimes it's like, where the hell they go? And I want to know what they're doing now or what happened and how they felt and whatever it may be. So we want to just kind of like reintroduce those people to you and let you know what they're doing now. And in some cases, some of them are still in the business, but maybe they've moved on to a different station or a different network or a different whatever it may be. So it's fun for us, just to kind of like do what we used to do, but a little bit, but in sweatpants.
It's true. It's true.
That's you. I love it.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
in case anybody wasn't aware yet, we did speak with Rob Johnson. And
Yep.
Megan, I was so surprised, but maybe not, at kind of how candid and genuine he was. Not that, I mean, he is candid and genuine, but it's sometimes sharing those stories. I mean, we asked him
Yeah.
what it was like to go through losing so many female co-anchors and how it felt to watch these people who you respected and liked and have them be not renewed. And I really enjoyed that conversation.
I did too. It was super enlightening to me. And I feel like Rob was a main anchor in Chicago for so long that I always felt like he was kind of on that like top level of connections and friends and people and contacts. And, the things he got asked to do were very high level and all that stuff. So that was another interesting thing that we talked about with Rob is like, what happens when you're not on the air anymore? With those types of people, do you then become not as important to them? And so that was a really interesting side of that conversation.
Because he said yes. He said some high level
yes.
friendships he had that
Just
they
don't
just didn't return his
do.
phone calls anymore after he wasn't
So
on.
crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
I never really was, I don't want to say this because I'm not saying that Rob was. I think Rob just because he was on TV and the main anchor in Chicago for so long and at a time in TV when that was still a really big deal. I think it's not as big of a deal as it used to be, but when he was doing it, it was still a huge deal. I feel like when we came in, it was already starting to be not such a big deal. So like I just still had my neighborhood friends and like my family and my like, I never tried to play in that world of like those really important people. Maybe they just didn't like me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I remember and this is not a dig, but Marissa always knew like where the cool people hung out and like those cool clubs. And I can't remember, there was some where it was like a rooftop
Yeah,
membership.
but she lived in the city.
And that is 90% of it. But that one where it was like a membership club and I came across something and I was like, what is this? And she told me all about it. And I was like, that sounds so stressful to have to apply to be in somewhere. And then they either say yes or no.
I know. I don't know. I never, I never really that was never a thing for me either, but you definitely didn't know about that stuff.
I didn't know. And
Like I was in the middle somewhere. You were like making deodorant or something or kombucha.
I'm going to share my homemade deodorant recipe at some point, but right now we got to go.
Oh yeah, right. You have like an actual real people meeting.
I do. So thanks for watching, everybody.
See you later.
Good to see you. And everybody, again, please like and subscribe to our Broken News with Aaron and Megan on YouTube.
And watch on Friday. It's gonna be
Yeah, that'll be good. All right. Bye, Megan. Bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.